Okay, so now that I've got a basic setup for the things I want to make in my space, or at least a very basic setup, I want to start putting in some openings to connect this space to the courtyard, and then we can start developing the design a bit further. So for that, I'm just going to use some of the families from the library, and on the architecture tab, I'm going to go to the door tool, and then load family, and that'll bring up the default library, and that's the one we've been using up until now. But I want to go to the custom library that we've got on the P drive. Right, so that's up the top there. We click to browse. You can go to the P drive, student resources. Hopefully you're getting used to that. And then give the UDC interior design. And then you'll see the Revit library folder. So try to remember this. I'm going to make a shortcut to that so we don't have to keep browsing to it. Just by clicking and dragging, I can drag that folder over to the grey bar on the left. And that way, if you do that, you won't have to browse every time to find it. You can just click on that button and it'll take you straight to it. So notice how there we've got more folders than in the default library. So that's the default. You can just go back to metric library anytime to get the default library, and then you've got the shortcut, hopefully, for the custom Revit library that we've made in here. And then I'm going to go to doors, and you'll see you've got a lot more doors than in the default library. No, you can copy that folder and take it home. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to find doors that I want. Maybe I will just go for one of the more common ones, this sliding door 4-panel Oz. Oz just means Australia, so that is actually one made here. And I'm going to double click on it to load it in. But this time, I want to also change the size. So over here in properties, you can see the sliding door form panel comes up, and below that, I'm going to click edit type, and then type in the new size I want. So I want that to be, I think 4 meters should be okay, 4,000. And the height's a bit mean too, so I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to make that 2,400. Probably even go higher, but that's enough for now. Click OK, and there you can see we've got a nice big door panel now. And I'm just going to click in the middle to place it. Then I also want a door that comes from the kitchen into the courtyard. So again, we're going to go to load family to get a different door. Now I can use my shortcut to go to the Revit library, and then again doors, and choose any doors you like. So I'm just going to go through there, and you can see as I select them, we get a better preview over on the right, and we just click through those. Yep, there we go, that's the one I want. So double shutter with mullions, that's basically a French door. And then again, moving the cursor, I'm not going to change the size of this one. I'm just going to show you, when you click on the type selector at the top, that's what this part's called, you'll see it does have the option for different sizes with quite a few of these doors. The one I used before only had the one size, that's fine, but this one has 3. But again, I'm going to keep it on the one that I've got, 1200 by 2100. And as you move the cursor, you can see that you can change the direction. But of course, after you change it, you'll see these arrows, and you can flip it using those. This one, flipping left and right, won't make much of a difference, but again, maybe I'll actually press escape and show you if I select this other door. A bit more obvious what that one does, flipping left and right, and again, inside and outside. So to finish there, I'll just show you in the 3D view that the doors are up at the height of the ground floor level. So if we wanted to bring this door down, so maybe I want the sliding door to be lower. I really need to have the levels for that. So over here in properties, you can select any level. So I can make that go down to courtyard. We'll bring it back to ground floor. But maybe I want it to be in between. So at any time I can go to maybe a section view and then make a new level. So I'm just going to click level and then make it below my ground floor level. So I'm just zooming out so that you can see that. This is my ground floor level. So I'm just going to click anywhere below that but above the ground. Bring it across and I'll just put it to the side so that we can see it. And maybe I'll click on the name there and I'll call this bathroom floor. Always remember yes when you ask this, would you like to rename corresponding views? Yep, always yes. And then I can change the height as well. So maybe I want that to be 450. Because that gives me a 150 step from the ground floor down to this level. So back to my 3D view now, and I can select my door, and now I can choose bathroom floor. Okay, so try to think about that whenever you're using particularly families that you load in from the library. You generally need to use levels to set the height. That's the way you should be thinking. We'll come back to the extrusions and I'll go through the way you can change the levels for those as well, but it's a bit different. But yeah, make sure you have a go at putting in some, at least some doors from the library, and then if you get that done, try and get some other families and just spend some time experimenting and seeing what you find in the library with those different tools, doors, windows as well. Try some windows if you can, and don't forget about using place a component, like you did to get the WC or the toilet, and you know, you can always see if you can find some sinks and some other things that make sense in a bathroom. See how you go.